Hello, everyone. This is your loving host uh, and best selling author, podcast, and TV personality, Dr. Rafshan Hashmi. And my website is www.afshanhashmi.com. Before folks, I dive into the show, and this show will come under my Dr. Rafshan Hashmi's docu series, and it will be syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. Before I dive into today's show, I would like you to see my two best-selling books, and these are my two books: The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And when this book came, it was hot number one new release on Amazon, as well as it was Amazon bestseller. The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection was also an Amazon bestseller, and this book came before COVID, and I had predicted that terrorists are coming into the country and bioterrorism. Because I am a scientist by profession, I know how bioterrorism works. And due to open borders and all, terrorists are coming into the in United States, and they are spreading various kind of diseases. So this book is about that. And folks, for my the modern Mughal mentality, I want a documentary to be made because there are a lot of case studies in it, and I have devised a business model called Jugaad Management Principle Business Model. And this book is in case study format, and it's a very simple book. The idea behind this book was that lot of business books are very hard on your eyes to read, so this is written in a very conversational manner, and this is a very nice book if you read it. And I want a documentary to be made, and all those companies which are featured here can sponsor those. So all those documentary producers, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com, and I will let you know what to do. And my email is afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, folks, now the second book is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, and this book came when there was no COVID, as I told you before. And in a very, very nice story, it is about how bioterrorism can affect you. We all have been affected by COVID, and this is a very nice story written in a very nice form. And Tailflix has done a very nice evaluation of this book. And if you want, you can go to my website www.afshanhashmi.com and read about the Tailflix evaluation, that how they have compared my book to big blockbuster movies, Contagion and others. And also, this is written in a very conversational manner. Having said that, folks, now I would be talking about some more issues. But before I talk to you about that, this is this is the Holy Quran, which was given to me by my family priest, and here it is. It is not available in America. I don't know whether it is available in America or not. And let's read. This is the and it says the heights. The heights is the surah, and it says 104. I was in today's current affairs. This is very relevant. This surah is very relevant, so I would request everyone to read this surah, and it must be in all Quran Sharifs, because all Quran Sharifs are same. So just read this meaning of this surah, and you will understand what is happening in today's world. It says 104. Moses said, O Pharaoh, lo, I am a messenger from the Lord of the world. 105. Approved upon condition that I speak concerning Allah, nothing but the truth. I come into you, lords of Egypt, with a clear proof from your Lord. So let the children of Israel go with me. Pharaoh said, "If thou comest with a token, then produce it, if thou art of those who speak the truth." Then he flung down his staff, and lo, it was a serpent manifest 108, and he drew forth his hand from his bosom, and lo, it was white for the beholders. The chiefs of Pharaoh's people said, "Lo, this is some knowing wizard, who would expel you from your land. Now that do you advise." So just read this surah in English, English translation, and it is very, very relevant for today's world. Having said that, let's do, like Darud Sharif, and pray, for today's world, that everything should be calm and quiet, calm and collected, and everybody is happy. This is another tasbih, and this is from Saudi Arabia, and one of my friends gave me this. This is I got it from America, and this is also a tasbih. Having said that, folks, now let's dive in into what the issue I want to discuss today. And it is, I have been suffering a lot since 2008, when President Obama was president and Miss Clinton was Secretary of State. There is mafia sitting in United States, and they are playing their game. They have they have copied American secret procedures and applying to American citizens. Today, Mafia did the trick again, what they have been doing since 2008, when when water came in my house, and I fell when I went into one of the hotels, and that's what the mafia is doing. I don't know, I don't know how these procedures are, how they get these procedures, and what is the leakage there. I don't know that, and I have suffered, and my husband has suffered a lot, and we are targeted by mafia. And I am requesting President Joe Biden and President Trump and Madam Kamala Harris to look into the matter from this platform. And also, I have been writing to Attorney General of United States of America, and I will again keep on doing. The other thing is that I went to a program on Saturday, and I lost my phone there, and still I haven't traced my phone, although I have reported that, so that it can be deactivated. Yet since yesterday, I haven't looked today. I was very busy, and this my hand problem started when the mafia acted on my hand virtually. They have techniques, that from virtually, they can break your bones or anything. My right bone was broken, and I had to go through a major surgery. Thank God today I had just put some Bengay, and I went and took ibuprofen, and but still there is lot of pain over here. So what is President Joe Biden and Madam Kamala Harris are you doing in today's America? And because you say that your slogan is Save America, and President Trump's slogan is Make America Great Again. So I really want, to know those answers, and I will be writing to Attorney General of United States of America after I finish this program, that what he is doing regarding the cleanup of the mafia, and I know exactly, how they do it, and that's why I have been targeted. It's been 2008, since then I am suffering, and I don't know what is going on in America. Are we still United States of America, or are we United States of Mafia state? I don't know what is going on in America. And yes, I am an investigative journalist and I have investigated this thoroughly. I've been going through a lot. My husband is suffering from dementia and Parkinson, and he is bedridden. I have to come out, to give this program in a peace environment, because at my home I cannot see my husband, suffering so much. We have lost our lives, and many Americans are suffering from that. So on behalf of all those Americans, I ask this question again to President Biden and President and Madam Kamala Harris, as well as President Trump. And the other thing is this, that I came to know through my sources that President Trump was not allowed to come in Montgomery County, and there was a restraining order regarding that. I would like President Trump to give me some insights into that how this all happened, or come on my show and talk about it. I want President Trump to know that you are most welcome on this show, as well as President Joe Biden, as well as Madam Kamala Harris, to please come and talk about this on my show. That how come in today's America the former president cannot visit Montgomery County, because I live in Montgomery County, and somehow they didn't want me to meet President Trump. I think whether it is true or not, I don't know. I would like President Trump to talk about it in one of his rallies, and he's most welcome to come on my show and talk about it. And also President Biden, and also Madam Kamala Harris, that and all three of you, please let me know that is it true that President Trump is not allowed to come in Montgomery County, or what it is. Having said that, folks, I would like my question to President Joe Biden and Madam Kamala Harris, as well as President Trump. What will you do to clean the mafia once you are elected, again in November 2024? I am disabled woman living in Montgomery County. Um, and want the cleanup to be done by leadership of America. If this cleanup won't be done, then we have no America. We have no United States of America. And from this platform, I want to tell everyone that please be very, very careful in voting, because then we don't have any America if the mafia is not clean up. And yes, my life and my husband's life and my whole family was killed, and now they are after me, my husband and my elder brother. That is the only family I have, so, and his family. So having said that, folks, now let's dive into another issue. Let's to lighten this up, I came to Barnes and Noble, and I am live from here. So this would lighten up some hot topics which I have discussed right now, because I believe in education through entertainment. Let's see. Sharing a common love for wine and even collecting wines from California for years, the couple chose a Georgia's Tuscan inspired vineyard estate as the site of their Alfonso nuptial. So, this is kind of, about a couple, who chose a vineyard. And as a Muslim, we don't drink, we don't eat pork, but pork was, thrown in front of my door, since President Joe Biden has come and Miss Kamala Harris has come, some of Miss Kamala Harris people are living in my area, and they threw those pork, and also in Ramadan they threw the pork smell was coming a lot. So what kind of America is this? Now, frugal vegan, affordable, easy, and delicious vegan cooking. Spaghetti with lentil balls, So this is a very common American dish. And let's read this book is. I'm not promoting any book or anything, but just I pick up some books from Barnes and Noble which attracted me, and now I am doing that. Who remembers diving into a giant plate of spaghetti and meatballs as a kid? We all do. There's little more comforting than the Italian American dish that defines so many Sunday night dinners. In our version, the meatballs get their heartiness from cooked lentils that are blended with the very spices your grandma probably used in her famous recipe. Baked just long enough to be crispy on the outside and moist on the inside, the dish will be a hit with vegans and omnivores alike. So, omnivores are those people who eat meat. Let's dive in. This book attracted me, so let's see what is foreign affairs it says. Separating Russia from China would be a tall order. So, this is the page which was open. Let's dive in into that. Russia's world is effectively shrinking despite its occupation of nearly 20% of Ukraine. Territorially, it is now farther from the heart of Europe than at any time since the conquest of Peter the Great and Catherine the Great. More than 3 centuries after appearing on the Pacific, moreover, Russia has never succeeded at becoming an Asian power. I have been reading Scientific American since childhood, so let's see what page opens. When we put fire into this is When we put fire into combustion chambers, it could burn day and night through wet and dry spells. Humanity had suddenly unshackled Prometheus. In a 1520 letter to Spain's Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, that not a palm of land in central Mexico was unintended. Yet, as much as 90% of those tenders disappeared during the 16th century. A partly domesticated, often feral land replaced the one they had cared for. This upheaval followed plagues and wars that swept Eurasia. Millions of people died and millions of trees grew. Researchers are exploring how this global swap might have influenced the Little Ice Age that ended in the 19th century. So, this is the Scientific American, and this is the page. Let's do Time magazine. And this also, since childhood, I'm reading Time magazine. It says the page which opened was this. I never, read. I just pick up some books and then try to open page live on the show. Sequoia's Cabin Museum, communication creator. Sequoia's Cabin Museum is a monument to Sequoia, who developed the Cherokee writing system, and it honors the unification of the Cherokee that resulted from having their own written language. The syllabary, a set of characters each used to represent a syllable, Sequoia developed made reading and writing in Cherokee possible, giving the people of the nation more effective ways to communicate. The Cherokee syllabary also encouraged others to create written versions of their spoken languages across the world. Sequoia, who was born around 1778, worked as a silversmith, blacksmith, and artist, but was illiterate himself until he developed his own written language. And then there is Alamo, Shrine of Texas Liberty, San Antonio, Texas. So this one, Sequoia's Cabin Museum, is in Saliswa, Oklahoma, and this one, Alamo, is in Shrine of Texas Liberty, Saint Antonio, Texas. So this is from the Time magazine. Now let's do Batista magazine. Since I came to America, I have been reading this magazine because I live in this area. Cultural War. Let's do Dance with Us. Train with Maryland Youth Ballet. Train at one of the nation's finest schools of classical ballet, Maryland Youth Ballet offers a classical ballet training program for children, youth, and pre-professionals aged 2 to 18. Okay, I will visit one of these places, and since childhood, I love ballet. I never got a chance to learn ballet because in my small town there was nothing like that. I always wanted a daughter, who would be trained in ballet, and it is really really surprising that I opened this page. And now I will, one of these days I will visit here and see their working. World's greatest cities. Chiang Mai, Thailand's Chiang Mai is a celebration of tradition and contemporary culture. So this page open. Set amidst the mountains and rainforest of northern Thailand, the coolest part of the country, literally and figuratively, is Chiang Mai. I have never heard of this name, Chiang Mai. I just got it here, and I've never seen this magazine. World's Greatest, knew the ultimate guide for planning the perfect city escape. World's Greatest Cities. I have never seen this book, this magazine. It was kept today at Barnes and Noble, so I got this, and I have no idea what this city is, Chiang Mai. The other one is Graceful Gardens. Oh, so this is a coloring book. Whenever I get re-stressed out as a child, I colored, and it gives me very, whenever I have author block or something, I just do that. So maybe, I just picked it up, and, I just got a coloring book from Costco the other day, and I'm making a scrapbook because that de-stresses me out. So this is a very good technique. All those authors and people who are listening, to de-stress out by coloring the book. Oxford American. I've never heard of this magazine. Okay, this page open, and it says, not only introduced to a new style of learning curriculum but also exploited as a labor resource forced into factory work at the school. The schools were a new path to cleanse native people in addition to the construction of the reservation, which was designed to assimilate all native peoples across the Turtle Island, America. So with the turtle and rabbit story, which is like we have heard all that story, that slow and steady wins the race. You have to be very hardworking in order to win the race, not to be in the race in front of people. That's how I interpret this, because there is a very very folklore I had studied in school, that turtle and rabbit story, and turtle is slow and steady wins the race. That is the thing I have got, that be very to win a race you have to be very, like, I believe in truthfulness and justice for all, and that's how I interpret it, that you should not take anybody's another person's place until and unless you deserve that place. So this is a very good lesson. Success by Tony Robbins. Now my question, like, we are working so hard, will these magazines, take us as their cover page, because Tony Robbins has already made, is he paying to be on the cover, or what it is, people like us who are slogging day and night, can't we be on the cover of a page? Can an American citizen be on the cover of the page? I've never heard about this magazine success. Top five franchises. And I have worked in franchise business. I used to take go to India and hunt for franchises, which could come to United States, or from United States franchises which could go to India. So I'm a America's India expert, so I have done that kind of work, and it's really surprising that top 50 franchises opened. Starting a business can be intimidating, but opening a franchise can make the process a little easier for would be entrepreneurs. These tried and tested business opportunities come with more support, greater brand recognition, and economies of scale. If you are hoping to start a business this year, consider these two top franchises. And so these are some of the franchises: Amco, in education, Challenge Island, the Goddard School. So these are, and there are many franchises thing. So this is I think a franchising thing magazine. Entrepreneur, how to unlock your first $1 million. Well, there are people who don't have jobs, so how can they unlock their first $1 million? I don't believe in all these tactics. If people don't have jobs, they cannot accomplish this. So entrepreneur, my question is, just come and see what common Americans are doing today. $1 million is your goal. We all are entrepreneurs. I have a company called Dr. Afshan Hashmi Consulting Group LLC, and this program comes from that platform. And it is known as Dr. Afshan Hashmi's Doco series. And you can go to my website www.afshanhashmi.com and see what I have to offer. Oh, so Sam Parr and Shan Puri think in millions. Okay. They both had notable exits for many millions, but how they made millions is my question. What were their strategies and all to make million? And was there a casting couch sitting to get a job, or what it was? Will they write about this in this magazine? And will entrepreneur, has validated their story? So what is the story behind it? Harvard Business Review. I've been reading Harvard Business Review since childhood. So now let's see what it is here. HR's new role in this tight labor market: cost cutting is out, championing employee concerns is in. More talk than action. Oh wow. My question to Harvard University and people who take out this Harvard Business Review, I have read many Harvard Business Reviews, that will you take a common American's perspective, or you will just take the perspective of people who are of high caliber? Harvard should have a program for common people to come and do some brainstorming, and also all these Ivy Leagues, universities. I'm from Johns Hopkins. I'm from University of Maryland. My education is so highly from such highly qualified universities, and I still don't have a job, and I still don't have like a contract, because I cannot go on casting couch over my dead body. So is casting couch the thing, which mafia is promoting in America? So I need some answers regarding that. Let's see. More talk than action. In a slew of C-suite surveys, including those conducted by the conference board, CEOs ranking the importance of stakeholders place employees even higher than shareholders. This is just talk, folks. This is not, they are not in reality. These Ivy League universities are not in reality. So let's see how Harvard University responds to this program. Now see, bridal guide. How can you even afford this kind of? I haven't heard about this magazine. To be honest, how can you afford this kind of dresses and all if a common American doesn't have a job? The ball look with ball-shaped skirt over trousers and asymmetric top. Dollars 5,900. What is there to be of dollars 5,900 in it? Can a common American afford this? I picked up this book, Single AF. Oh my god, I didn't even read it. AF. So AF is the first name of my thing, Afshan. So AF cocktails. Let's see. Drinks for bad bitches. Ariana Madden. So as far I'm a Muslim, and till today I haven't drunk a single drop of alcohol. So my question is that you are promoting alcohol culture through these books, and you can have a non-alcoholic drink like apple cider or something like that instead of promoting this kind of culture. I'm not against cocktails. I'm not against wine or anything, but that makes people dizzy, and that is injurious to health. Let's say catharsis serves. Let's be clear, after getting this all out, I want to be as far as from this event and people involved as possible. This vodka sprite is topped with a scoop of sorbet, a traditional palate cleanser during a meal. Drink it to rid yourself of the bad tasting and move the fuck on better and stronger. What kind of language is this? And this book attracted me. Nadia's Everyday Baking. So the page opened was this one, and now let's see pineapple and child marinated lamb ribs. I don't eat lamb, but my husband likes this a lot, and this page opened. Let's see. Serve for gluten free. Free pineapple has these magical enzymes that help to break down and tenderize meats, and I am down for that. I still can't get my head around pineapple on pizza, but the recipe I can do with sweet and spicy pineapple marinated lamb ribs cooked to perfection and served with paprika corn riblets. And if we are getting our hands in, then we are really getting our hands in. So this looks nice. So, having said those folks, I don't know where my book went. Okay, so these are my two books. Here they are: The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And this is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. And these two books are like this one, hot number one new release on Amazon, and also bestseller of Amazon. And I want a documentary to be made. And you can see how well this is a self published book, and see how well it is. And then at the end, to make people know more about me, I put some pictures, and here it is. To know more about me, these are some of the pictures. And the other one, the out, and I want a documentary to be made of this. So all those documentary producers, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com, or Hollywood or Bollywood producers, please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. And I have to tell you that I cannot provide you casting couch. So if you are interested to take this book without a casting couch, a very good book, then please contact me at afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. The other one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, and this book came before the COVID thing. COVID spread in United States and around the globe. And this book I have written the script of this book, and this book is Amazon bestseller, as well as Tailflix has given a very good review of this book. And this is here again. I have some pictures, and these are colored pictures. Actually, I sold out all the books with colored thing, so I have black and white copy because the publisher I self published it, but the publishing company made a mistake and they put these kind of photograph black and white. Well, I had a contract with them that they should have like colored photographs. So having said that, folks, and this is my very good, I've been to a Catholic school, and this is one of my teachers, and I like her a lot. So after, there was a centenary celebration of the I think there was some celebration of my school. So I went there and I met my teachers. People who respect their mentors and teachers are a great thing, so I would request all those people who are listening that please respect people who have been your teachers and mentors, and don't go and sue them, for no other reason. And here I have written, just read this. I want to thank President Trump for inspiration and the wonderful books President Trump has written. This is acknowledgement. You have always inspired me since childhood. Every day while writing this book, I have followed you on print, online, and social media platforms. Your policies have given me an inspiring way to think with more creativity and innovation. Elegant, caring, and beautiful First Lady Melania Trump, I love to follow what you wear. I'm so lucky to live in a time when I got a chance to see President Trump as a president of the United States of America and Melania Trump as my first lady. I love you both a lot. Seeing you both on television makes me very happy and increases my creativity. And this was the thought, with which I wrote this book. And folks, you won't believe that I have been beaten up, by people, by calling in this book that President Trump is the best president ever. So, in this democracy, do I deserve this as an American citizen to be beaten up, to write in a book that President Trump is the best president ever? America is the largest, democracy, and as an American citizen, should I be beaten up for that? That is my question, to the to save America, President Joe Biden and Vice President Madam Kamala Harris, and to President Trump, that because of Make America Great Again. And so I have neutralized myself that I am not in any party or anything. I was just a registered Republican by one of my friend. At that point, I didn't even know what Republican Party is. I had just come to United States of America, and those people had an agenda. So they wanted some people in Republican Party. So without my knowledge, they just did it. And like many people, who have like I have been selling this book, they say you should not have written this, because I live in Montgomery County, and here it's a democratic thing. So what kind of America are we living in? Is it a Trump country or a Joe Biden country, or is it United States of America? I would love to see United States of America thrive and becomes very successful in the forthcoming years. Having said that, and I want a movie to be made of this book, and I want lot of copies to be sold, because these two books bring food to the table. Having said that, folks, long live America and God bless America. Thank you and have a nice day, and cheers and bye bye.